Been watching this long, and finally I'm gonna give you the real lesson. Alright, here's a story. It happens a lot. You and your boys, like mad heads, chilling at your house, right? So you guys are just chilling, and then you need to take a shit. You're like, alright, everyone's distracted. I'm just gonna go to the bathroom and take a shit. After you're done taking a shit, damn, you were so into taking a shit, you didn't see that there was no toilet paper. All you see is this brown little roll on the hanger that is mocking you. And then you're like trying to find what to wipe your ass with. Some people use their like towels or something. I'm like, what the fuck? That's disgusting. Why would they like wipe their face and then like the fucking dookie's all like, ugh. Anyways, or like some people just don't wipe their ass at all and they come out and like they start like twitching like, and like trying to scratch their ass and shit. I'm like, dude, if you really need to take a shit that badly, you should have just told someone. I'm pretty sure nobody's gonna like harass you because you need to take a shit. Okay, everybody shits. Yeah, and then the best friend all comes out trying to like play it off, but it's all itchy and everything. Then he's all like, oh, trying to like act cool and everything, like nothing happened. And then when somebody asks though, did you take a shit? Oh man, it fucking smells in here. You're like, the person's like, oh, trying to pull it off and everything. He's like, oh, I didn't do it. Dude, you were the last one in there. I didn't do it. Just because it smells like shit doesn't mean it has to be me. Dude, whose fucking shit smells lasts for like 3 hours, okay? This is not Febreze. It's taking a shit. It's not gonna last that long unless your bathroom has no windows or no way of the air coming out. Then it'll probably like be a death chamber and like you'll suffocate in there worse than Jay Holiday. Man, I hate it when like smoking parents take a shit and they're like smoking a cigarette at the same time like my parents. Like, dude, it doesn't make the smell go away and smell like cigarettes. It makes it smells like your shit and the cigarettes put together. So there's like this disgusting fume up in the air and like you're trying to go in there, you need to take a piss or you need to take a shit or something and like you're holding your breath while you're pissing or shitting and like it's really bad. Another thing that's really bad is when you're sick, like me right now. I've been sniffling for like the last 5,000 outfits that I've changed into. Is like when you're pissing and you cough, pauses. Then you're peeing again and you cough and it pauses again. So it ends up like you're taking an hour taking a piss and it's like painful. And the really, really bad thing that I don't like is when you're sick. Like, let's just say you're taking a shit. The shit's coming like 1/4 out your ass. Like, it's only coming out and you're like trying to force it out. But like, you don't want it out like right away. You want it, like in one piece. Like, then like you cough and like bunch of little ones just like fly out. It's like, and then you're like, oh, it just felt really, really nasty. And then like when you're sick, and then you coughed it out, and then you wipe your ass, you find that you still have shit up your ass. So like, you have to continue taking the shit, and it's like, it's really nasty. Let's just say that. And yeah, that's my lesson today. But before I leave, I have to tell you this really funny story. Alright, one day, like, I used to be like one of those people that are like very embarrassed about like their hygiene. So like if I farted in class, I would be like, oh, I didn't do it. Like, I'd make up any excuse to do it. Like, one day, me, this guy named Carl and this guy named Andy, we went to Carl's house. Oh man, we were all playing basketball because he has a hoop at his house, and like Andy's usually the best one, and then Carl comes, and then me, just because Carl's black, so he's better than me. I'm just kidding. Anyways, like, yeah, I was going for like the winning tab. I swear to God, Andy had one tab left, and Carl had two. I'm like, oh, I could probably take down Carl. Andy shot it. I was like, ooh. I jumped up in mid-air and farted, and then made the shot in. They were laughing so hard. They didn't even notice that I made it in. Like, they were laughing so freaking hard. They were like rolling on the floor. I was like blushing. I was like, oh God. Oh God. oh, why did I do that? Why didn't I just fart before I come to this house? And yeah, so save yourself from the embarrassment. When you're with your friends, do not eat anything that makes you have gas, especially hot sauce, because you will end up farting like a machine gun. And yeah, it's really nasty. Take these tips from me, because if you don't say I didn't warn you. Okay, goodbye. I love you. 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 Wow.